All right. So again, we have 2 blocks and a blanket today. As you welcome yourself to your mat and start to get comfy, we're going to have that 1 block out in front at the top of our mat, and we're going to have a block that's handy and within reach just off to our side. And we have this nice cushion of blanket underneath our hips, the back of our pelvis, and we're going to just lay back and get comfortable however that looks for you, knees bent or straight. Maybe if you'd like to take a couple knee sways just to help settle in and get a feel for the mat underneath you, the ground. And then let yourself come to a nice place of rest and stillness, and soften the eyes or close them if that's comfortable. We'll take a nice few rounds of deep breath. So at your own pace, just take a nice, full, rich, deep inhale. And then maybe part the lips, open the mouth, exhale, pour it out. And you might find it comforting or nourishing to do that a couple more times. And just encourage the body to rest back. And just be supported here. So we're working on some active mobility today in our practice. It's ability to be strong yet supple in our movements. And as we go through the poses today and you're offered different choices, always please choose the one that best fits you in the moment. Use your intuition. There's no have-tos, there's no musts, and especially no shoulds. So let's just focus now here on the breath and the softening body. We're just going to smooth the breath out. So just begin to gently lengthen that inhalation. And a nice, beautiful, long exhale. Notice what parts of your body respond to the breath. How does it move? Where do you feel the breath most vividly in your body? And just make note of how this breath feels right now, and we will check in again at the end of practice. So just make a mental note. Are there any places where the breath might feel a little stuck? Are there any places in the body that feel a little tense or tight? And even lack of sensation is a sensation. So again, there's no right or wrong. We're just making that mental note, and we'll check in again, like I said, and we'll just see what is true for us at the end of practice. So let's spend a few more cycles of breath, nice, slow, steady inhale, and a full, complete exhale. A couple more rounds. Wonderful. Take one more round, let that one be your final round. And then very gently ease one knee up and then the other into a nice little hug here. And just start to roll or rock around on that low back. Just getting a feel for the back of the pelvis. And then let's take our legs up into the air today. So we're not locking the knees out. They can have a little softness here. And just begin to move and wiggle the ankles and feet and toes. Just bring a little bit of movement there, flexing, pointing. And again, maybe rolling. And then come to a point of stillness. We're going to inhale the breath here. As you exhale, just take the legs out to a V. You can flex the feet a little bit, just open. And then as you inhale, think about those inner thigh muscles drawing the legs back up to center. And then exhale, let the legs fall open. So inhale, activating the inner legs to bring everything together. Exhale, just widen. Inhale up, nice and easy with control. Exhale, out. Inhale and exhale. Starting to wake up those adductors, which are the inner thigh muscles. Exhaling, we open. Inhale to draw up. And exhale. We'll do two more. In. Out. Last one. In. And out. Let's draw them in. And as you exhale, bend the knees, take the thighs and knees to the outer rib cage for a very loose, happy baby. Hands on the back of the thighs or baby toe, edges of the feet, and maybe a little rock here side to side. Not super aggressive here, just a little bit of opening here. Notice how that feels. And then release, draw the knees together and plant the feet on the floor with the knees, the feet under the knees. We're going to go ahead and grab that block here, and we're going to place the block between our knees and our thighs here. And we're just going to gently squeeze the legs together. So this is not a full-on engagement where you're gritting your teeth, but enough squeezing that you can just start to feel the activation of the muscles in the thighs and the back of the glutes. And we're just going to do some bridge lifts. So place the hands at your sides, gaze up at the ceiling. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, press into the feet and lift up. And remember, we're gently squeezing into that block. Notice the bottom of the glutes and the back of the thighs. Inhale to slowly, with control, release to the ground. And exhale, lift. Inhale, release. Exhale, lifting. Feeling that engagement. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips. Gentle squeeze, keep that squeeze going. One more, inhale to come to the floor. And exhale to press and lift up. And exhale, release, good. You can remove the block and set that aside. Draw those knees in again, give yourself a little hug. And rock side to side. Maybe circle those knees. Maybe starting to have some sense of some spark of energy starting to happen in our hips and legs. So here we're going to place the feet on the floor again. We're going to hip hop our hips over to the right, and we're going to roll over onto our left side. Coming up to our forearm, the left forearm on the floor, roughly under the shoulder here. The knees are bent, and the feet are going to draw back so that they're in line with your back. So if you were up against a wall, the back and the feet would be touching that wall. Place the hand on the hip just as a gentle reminder to keep your hips stacked here. And all we're going to do is we're going to start to lift the right ankle away from the left. Keep the knees together and back down. So back and forth here. And you may start to notice as we get up, you start to feel that engagement in this back outer hip here. And we're just going to do that a few more times. Just kind of isolating that little area here. And then we're going to bring that ankle back down, and now we're going to do some clam shells. So same thing with the hands on the hip, only this time we keep the feet together, and then top knee lifts up and open, and then back down. So you can go ahead and inhale to open, exhale to close. And I'm going to invite you to stay doing these clam shells, or here's our first strength challenge. You can inhale to open. We're going to inhale to close. Reverse the breath there. Inhale to close. As you exhale and open, press and lift the hips up off the floor. And then inhale to come back down. Exhale, press and lift and open. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Remember, the hips can stay on the ground here if you'd like. Exhale, maybe lift as you open. Let's do two more. Inhaling, then exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, inhale, go ahead. And all we're going to do is we're just going to kind of press ourselves up, turn, hop the hips to the left side of the mat, and come down for the other side. So now you're on your right forearm, checking to make sure that our back and our feet are in line. Knees are stacked, hips are stacked. Again, maybe having that hand on the hip is a gentle reminder. And we'll start with lifting that left ankle up and away from the right. And just make note of where you might feel what's engaging as we do this. So these are kind of actions and movements we don't usually take in our everyday walking and exercising or whatever we do. So kind of turns on muscles we don't usually pay attention to. So let's do a couple more. Good, and then we'll release the foot down. Remember, the feet stay together here. And we're just going to inhale and open up that left knee away from the right. Okay, so we're going to, I always get my breath mixed up here. We're inhaling to close, exhale to open. Inhale and exhale. And again, maybe this is where we stay. That's absolutely awesome. If you want to try the little hip lift, we'll go ahead, inhale to close, exhale to lift and open. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, press, lift. Inhale, exhale, in and out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Oh, inhale, bring it up. Gently press yourself up to a seat. Lean back with the knees bent and just kind of rock and wash the knees side to side. Take a moment to notice again what's going on in the hips. What's going on in the outer thighs. right. Let's take it back. Come to a soft tabletop, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to go right into a wide-kneed child's pose. So you come into table, take the knees wide, use the padding here under the knees if that feels good. Big toes come close to one another, we'll just sink those hips back. Walk your hands out nice and long, get nice and stretched out here. Keep the head off the floor though here. We'll keep the gaze looking down, but we're going to keep the face lifted a few inches away from the floor, and we're just going to sway back and forth. The torso and the hips swaying back and forth. And then just go ahead on an inhale, come all the way up and find a regular tabletop. We are going to walk the hands out about a handprint out in front of us though today. So kind of a wider or longer tabletop here. On an inhale, we're going to lift the right leg. Keep the knee bent and you can keep the foot flexed. And as you exhale, draw the knee in towards your chest, rounding into the back of it. Inhale, so a bent leg bird dog. Exhale. Inhale, maybe noticing the glute turn on as you lift up and back. And exhale. We're going to inhale the leg up and back. Now with the hands forward, keep the leg just as it is. Come forward, lower to the belly. Bring the right arm out in front, lift up. Thread your left arm through over to the right. Roll onto your left side and use the block here to rest your head. Sweep the right arm up and back and grab your ankle or foot. The bottom leg can stay straight or bent, your choice. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, gently press the ankle or foot into that hand. Soften your jaw, find a smooth breath. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, release both legs long. Keep the left hand where it is and roll over on back onto your belly, the right arm out in front of you, and just take a little shoulder opener here. Gaze down at the mat. Let the weight of the top of the chest and torso melt down. Breathe. Here, opening into the back left shoulder. And then draw the right hand in. Bring both hands underneath the shoulders, elbows tucked in. Inhale for a gentle cobra. And exhale back to your wide knee child's pose for a sway. Inhale, come up, get ready for the other side. Remember, we're setting the hands out a little bit further in front of us than normally. And inhale the left leg up and back. Keeping the knee bent here. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, round a bit into the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale in. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale to lift it. We keep the leg just as it is, nice and bent. Shift forward, come to the belly. Go ahead and send the left arm out in front. Thread your right arm through. Roll over onto the right side. Support the head with the block here and sweep the left arm up and back. Reach for the ankle or the foot. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, press the foot or ankle into the hand. Beautiful opening through the front of the left shoulder, the left quad, front of the thigh there, maybe into the hip. Just notice where you feel some wonderful opening here. Soften the jaw. Take a breath in. Exhale, release both legs long. Keep that right hand where it is and just roll over. Reach the left arm out in front. You can keep the head resting on the block if you'd like. But we're just taking a few breaths here into the back of the right shoulder. Oh, wonderful. Let's go ahead and bring that left hand back. Right hand under the shoulder. Let's take that little gentle cobra. Inhale. Exhale, press back one more time to wide leg child's pose. Take your sway. Make it fluid and soft. And then while you're here, take a hold of that block that you had on the side of your mat. We're going to bring it up forward through table. We're going to set both our blocks up. Doesn't matter, we're coming to the top of the mat, so it doesn't matter which knee you draw forward, tuck the toes of the other foot and step up to the top of the mat. Feet a little tiny bit wider than hip width distance. Take a breath in, lift halfway, and exhale. Take your fold here. And maybe, again, just sway. Let your hands rest on the blocks. Be heavy. The head releases towards the ground. And we're just kind of nice and loose here. Knees have some bend to them. Take one more inhale to lift halfway. And as you exhale, take your fold here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stay in the fold, keep the hands on the blocks for support. And on an inhale, lift the toes up off the floor, come onto the heels. And exhale, place them back down. Ooh, where did you feel that? Inhale, pull those toes up and off the floor. Exhale, place them back down. Inhale, lift. You're on your heels. Exhale, we softly place it back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, place down. And one more. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, place it down, bend the knees, drop the hips. Coming up to standing, watch here. We're going to inhale all the way up. And as we get to the top, we're lifting up onto our tiptoes. Lift those heels up off the floor. Reach. Exhale, draw the hands through center to your heart and slowly lower your heels back to the floor. Inhale, sweep up, lift up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, hands to heart, lower the heels. One more time, we're going to inhale, lift up, and exhale down. This time, inhale up, and we're going to release, we're going to hold here. Ooh, let's see how long we can hold, we're not going to be here long. We're engaged, we're up on those tiptoes. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands out to the side. Stay up on those toes. Keep the heels lifted. Begin to bend the knees here. Bending, bending, bending. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop the heels and fold. Let it go. Head is heavy. Wonderful. You can set the blocks just forward a bit. We're going to bend the knees enough to plant the hands on the earth, and we're going to step back to a downward facing dog. So make any adjustments you need to make. Remember, nice soft knees here might feel really good. A little bit of a heel press side to side if you'd like. And then just go ahead and inhale, lift the heels, exhale, drop to the knees. And we're just going to take some more mobility here. We're going to inhale for a cow, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, push the top of the mat out of the way and press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, the knees drop, the gaze lifts, belly drops. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, drop the knees. Exhale, press it back. All right. You can come to your knees here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some knee circles, but your option is to do these knee circles in tabletop, or you can do them in downward facing dog. So choose which position you'd like to try. We'll do the right leg first. So just like we did earlier, lift the back of the knee is bent, and then just start circling your knee. Really rotating the thigh bone, the femur, in the socket of the hip bone here, the pelvis. Switch directions. And then everyone meet back with the leg up, knee bent, inhale, exhale, knee to chest. If you're in downward facing dog, we're coming to a high plank to do this. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. If you are in downward facing dog, place the knee on the floor. And everyone bring your right knee forward, placing it in between your hands. Untuck your back toes. And we're just moving that right foot over to the left. Just a little tick-tock there. Notice we have some space between the pelvis and the floor here. Bring your blocks under your fingertips and help lift your heart. We're pressing gently into the outer shin and the back leg. Just this engagement and maybe a little pulse up and down. And if you'd like, go ahead and release and bring the hands behind your back for an interlace, or grab opposite elbows. Keep the heart lifted. If you've got the interlace, reach, draw the shoulder blades together. And again, we're holding here, maybe pulsing up and down just a little bit. Wonderful. If you've got that interlace, release it back down. We're going to bring the hands to the floor. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and now scoot your right foot back over so it's towards the right side of your mat. Drop onto the inner arch of your left foot. Take your right hand out in front of your right shoulder. Inhale the arm up and over. Supported side plank. Now, take a breath in. Really think about getting nice, long line, fingers to toes. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the hand, just sweep it back. And you're going to stay like that, inhaling up and over. And we're going to exhale back. And the challenge, if you'd like, is to lift the knee up off the floor. Inhale, place it down, reach up. Exhale, sweep the arm down, maybe lift the knee. Inhale up and over. Exhale back down. Everyone, inhale up and over. As you exhale, lift the heel and turn to face the mat. Hands both underneath the shoulders now. Drop your left knee to the ground. Inhale, right leg back. Straight this time. Exhale it over to the left and drop your toes. Press into the heel. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to drop that right knee to the outside of our left shin. And then start to sink the hips back on the diagonal. Maybe the hands walk back a little bit. This kind of cross-legged child's pose. You might feel a little stretch in the hip here. And we're not worried about how far the hips go. Wonderful. Go ahead and inhale, send the leg back into the three-legged table. Exhale, draw that right knee forward. Place it in front of the hands. Use your blocks here again, maybe for that support. And when you're ready, inhale the arms up. Exhale, soft, float the arms back and down. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Tuck the back toes and exhale. Bring the hands to the blocks. Lift the back knee. Straighten into the front leg and dome over. hang here for a minute. We're just going to drop the head, let it be heavy. And then we're going to lift the toes again here. So on the inhale, just pull those front toes back. Exhale, plant the foot back on the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, foot to floor. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, place it down. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, lift your left heel, bend your knee, and we're just sinking back a bit. Inhale, glide forward to a lunge, front knee bent. Exhale, straighten the front knee, dip down as the back knee bends. Inhale, forward, lunge. Exhale, straighten and dip. Inhale. And exhale, take one round of breath here with those toes pulled back, back knee bending. And then inhale, glide forward into the lunge. As you exhale, open up to a twist. Right arm up, turn the heart to the right. Maybe the arm is nice and soft. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, the hand sweeps up and over inside the right foot. We're sweeping the hands to the side of the mat. Let the right toes face the side of the mat. Turn your left toes to the back left corner. Bend into your left knee. Walk your hands over. We've got the baby toe edge of that foot still on the ground. We're active through that inner thigh. Hands are here to support us. Feel the strength in your lower body. You can stay here for another breath or two, or if you'd like, you can start to lift the toes of the right, lift your left heel and drop the hips down. And we're in Skandasana. And again, this is an option, not a have to. We're just here for a breath. Wherever you are, take a breath in. And when you exhale, we're making our way back up to the top of the mat. Hands are inside that right foot. Turn the right toes out, drop your back knee, and let's take a nice lizard here. So we're just letting the hips sink. You can stay up on the arms. You can use your blocks and come down a little lower if that's comfortable for you. Just find a nice, juicy, sinking, stretchy feeling here. It might feel nice after all the activation we've done. Notice the pace of your breath. Notice any warmth that's starting to build up. Take another, maybe 2 cycles of breath here. If you're not up on your hands, we're going to press up. We're going to slowly start working those hips back. Draw the right knee back. You can take one of those nice swaying child's poses. And then come on up. And then remember what you did on the other side. If you did our knee circles, whether you were in tabletop or if you were in downward facing dog, you'll come to that now. So if you're in the downward facing dog, lifting the hips up, find a nice stable base here. And whether you're in table or downward facing dog, go ahead and bend the left knee, bring it up behind you. And then again, just start making circles with the knee. switch your direction. Wonderful, and then just send the bent knee up and back. Inhale, exhale, forward, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, bring it forward. Downward facing dog is going to drop the back knee, and everyone's front left knee comes between the hands, and we just scooch that left foot over to the right a bit. Untuck your back toes. Notice the space between the bottom of the pelvis and the floor. Use your blocks here to help support you so you can lift your heart. Again, gentle engagement here, maybe lifting and then softening. We don't have to go full force here. Just a tiny bit of engagement to lift and lower. And if you'd like to take the option to interlace, reach those knuckles, draw your shoulder blades back, and just continue to gently lift and lower, lift and lower. Starting to work up some of that energy, sensation. If you've got the interlace, take a breath in and exhale. Lower the hands down to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Scooch your left foot back over to the left and drop onto the inner edge of your right foot. Move your left hand out in front of your left shoulder and inhale your right arm up and over. Supported side plank on this side. Taking a breath in and then exhale the hand down. Inhale it up and over. Exhale the hand down by your hip. Maybe lift that knee up off the floor, not a have to. Inhale, reach up and over. Get really long. Exhale, back and lift. One more. Inhale. Exhale, reach back, maybe the lift. Go ahead and inhale and exhale. Everything comes back down to the mat. Return to the back of the mat. Drop your right knee to the floor. Inhale, left leg straight back. Exhale it over to the right and drop the toes to the floor off your mat. Press into that left heel. Inhale the breath and exhale, drop your left knee to the outer shin of the right leg, and then just begin to start to walk your hands back, drop the hips back, keep the gaze at the floor. Little cross-legged child's pose here. Take one more nice big breath here. Fill the torso. And a big exhale to empty out. Inhale, come forward to the table and extend the left leg back straight. Exhale, draw the knee in and forward. Place the foot between your hands. And when you're ready, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, soft draping of the arms as the heart lifts and maybe the gaze looks up. We're going to inhale to reach those arms up as we tuck our back toes. As we exhale, we're coming forward, hands find the blocks, and we lift the back knee and dome over that front leg as we straighten gently into the left leg. Head is heavy. Taking the little toe lifts here now on your inhale. Peel those left toes off the floor towards your heart. Exhale, place it back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale, place it back down. Here we go. We're going to inhale and lift. As we exhale, the right knee starts to bend and lower, and that heel will pop up a little bit. Setting it back. Inhale, glide it all the way forward, bend into that front knee for a lunge. Exhale, take it back, pull the toes and bend into that back knee. Inhale, forward, lunge. Exhale, back, dip down. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, take it back and stay for a round of breath. Inhale forward into the lunge. Keep the right hand on the ground and exhale, open up. Take your twist, open to the left. Maybe that left arm is soft, falls back a bit. Find what feels good. Keep the jaw nice and soft here, breathing. One more breath in. Exhale, that left hand sweeps in front of the left foot. We walk the hands down the side of the mat. Pivot your left toes to face the right side of your mat. Turn your right toes out to the back corner. Walk your hands as you bend into your right knee. The sole of the left foot stays on the ground. Stay here and support yourself. Feel the engagement here in the inner thighs. We're strong. If you'd like to take it into a Skandasana, you can begin to lift the toes. You might want to lift that right heel as the hips sink down, peeling the toes back, lifting the heart a bit. We're just here for around a breath or two. And then everybody's just going to make their way back up, pivot to the top of the mat where you're in the lunge, and you're going to drop that right knee and untuck the toes. Go ahead and turn those left toes out to the side of the mat a bit. Both hands inside that left leg for lizard. Take a breath in. Exhale, let the weight of the hips just sink down naturally. And then find your position that best suits your body today. We may be holding ourselves up, but we want to try to really relax as much as we can here. Allow the weight of your body and the pose to really do the work. Just find this nice, luscious opening in the left hip. Notice if your jaw is tight. And with intention, with loving intention, go ahead and soften. Let your awareness touch your breath. Notice what's going on there. Another round or two of breath. If you're not already, gently press yourself back up onto your hands. We're all going to start to shift those hips back. I'm going to very softly and easy draw that left knee back. Take another wide knee child's pose. Maybe take another couple sways here, nice and easy. And then just take a moment, maybe stack your fists or forearms, rest the forehead here for just a couple breaths. Focusing our breath in the places we can really expand, side of the ribs, back of the lungs. Wonderful. Begin to lift the forehead. Gently make your way back to a table. Maybe drawing the right knee forward. We're going to come to sit to face the side of our mat with the left leg extended and the right foot drawn in. I'm just going to Get my little blanket changed here because I like to sit on my blanket. So once you're set there, just take a nice breath in to think about the spine nice and tall, balanced over the pelvis. And as you exhale, take a twist to the right, bring the left hand across over to the right knee or thigh. Right hand's behind us. We're just going to breathe a few breaths in this twist. Think about pulling your left toes back, like we've been doing throughout the practice. So we're going to take that right hand and we're going to set the palm on the floor, leaning back into the hand. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the hips, press that heel into the floor, lift that left hand up and over. And here as we exhale, we lower the hips and we come all the way over into a side bend, reaching the right arm up and over as if we could touch our toes. Inhale, up and over, lift. Exhale, back into the side bend. Inhale, up and over, reach, make it really good, lift those hips. Exhale, lower, come all the way over into the side bend. Maybe bend that left elbow and rest your head. If it doesn't quite reach, maybe bring a block over, rest the head, and just let the right arm drape, nice and soft. Keep pulling those toes back though, so we have this kind of opposite action happening. Lower body is engaged, we got the toes pulled back, and we're letting the top of the body just be soft. Breathing into the right side rib cage. We're going to take one more nice long breath in. And as you exhale, simply kind of float yourself forward, drop the hands, and we're taking a forward fold out in front of us. You can support on the hands, maybe drop to the forearms, wherever you are. Just take this nice forward fold. We're still drawing the toes back of the left foot. So we have this engagement going on. Use your hands and just work yourself back up. We're just going to switch out. Other leg, so the right leg extends out and the right or the left foot gets pulled in. Remember thinking about this gentle engagement. We're pulling the toes back. You might feel that the quad muscles engaging as well. Just a little bit, just a little. Take a breath in, sit tall, and exhale, take your twist. Letting that right hand come across. And it can give you that little gentle encouragement, but we're not torquing ourselves, really yanking ourselves into the twist. Just take a few rounds of nice, slow, deep breath here. And then going ahead and placing that left palm onto the floor outside the back of the left hip, and inhale. We press into the heel, press into the shin, lift the hips, reach up and over with the right hand. Exhale, soften the hips down to the floor, and go ahead and sweep all the way up and over to side bend, out over the right leg. Inhale, come up to lift. Exhale, come all the way up and over. Inhale, make it a good one. This is the last one. Really lift and reach, reach, reach. Exhale, come on over. Find that side bend. Maybe bend the elbow. Go ahead, rest the head. Let the left arm kind of drape. We're still engaged in that extended right leg, toes pulled back. Filling all the spaces in between the right rib cage. When you're ready, take a nice one last big breath there. And when you exhale, simply just let yourself slowly ease forward, coming into the forward fold out in front. Take a notice if those right toes have softened, gently pull them back again. Then as you're ready, coming up. And then once more, we're going to turn to face to the front of the mat and we're going to roll to our back like we did. We're going to go ahead and keep that nice cushion under the back of the pelvis. So we don't need the blocks unless you'd like to use them in your Shavasana in any way. If so, bring them along with you. If not, just let yourself come on back so that you do have some kind of little cushion behind the pelvis. The knees are bent, arms at your sides, excuse me, gazing up towards the ceiling. So revisiting bridge, but with a variation here. Both feet under the knees, extend the left foot up to the sky. So take a breath in here, and as you exhale, press into the right foot, lift the hips up. You're not going to go far, just an inch or two, as if you could reach the left toes for the sky. Inhale to slowly, with control, lower to the floor. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale, let the pelvis come to the floor. And exhale, press it up. Inhale, bring your pelvis to the floor. With control, exhale, slow, lower, and extend that left leg all the way out till the heel touches the mat. Bring your right knee up and over for a twist. Take the right arm out to a T maybe. Let your gaze follow what's best for you. Use that intuitive voice. Soften the jaw, breathe slow and steady. As we come onto our back, we're going to come onto the back, keep the right knee bent. Begin to draw the left knee up so it catches the outer shin or ankle of the right foot right into reclining pigeon. Take a hold wherever you feel you can enjoy this last little luscious sensation in the right hip. Your eyes can be open or closed or just soft. Can you just breathe? We'll take one more breath. And as you exhale, we're going to release the left foot to the ground underneath the knee and extend the right leg up to the sky. Arms at your sides. Take a breath in. Exhale, press and lift, reach those right toes for the sky. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale. And exhale, lift. Remember, we're not going that far. Don't worry about how high you go. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Lift, reach the toes. And inhale. Take it all the way down. Slow, control exhale. Take that right leg all the way to the ground. Don't relax until the heel touches. There you go. And then lift the left knee up and over for your lovely little twist here. Left arm out. Ah. So just as we did on the other side, we'll slowly begin to come back onto our back, letting that right knee come up and catch the outer ankle or shin of that left leg, finding your reclining pigeon. Turning the gaze to the sky, maybe the eyes close here. Find your sweet spot here in that left hip. Let the muscles in your face start to soften. And as they do, you can maybe sense that they're melting back towards your ears. The ears soften back. As if gravity can draw the corners of your mouth down towards the ground, creating a soft little smile on your face. Take one more breath here. When you take your exhale, release everything. If you'd like, you can place the feet on the mat, take a sway. If you'd like a hug and a sway. Maybe just this last little bit of gentle movement before we extend those legs long onto the mat. Take the palms of your hands and rest them on either side of your pelvis, somewhere on the hips here, and close your eyes. Allow yourself to just relax into the support that you feel beneath you. And then bring your awareness and your attention to the palms of your hands. And perhaps sense the warmth of the palms on the skin underneath them. Letting the warmth there sink in, enveloping the pelvis and the hips. Maybe even noticing the warmth beginning to gather in the low abdomen. Take a beautiful, full, rich breath in here. And as you exhale, sense or imagine that warmth radiating out from the low abdomen in all directions, filling the body down to the toes, up through the torso, shoulders, the neck, and the face. Letting the warmth here help to relax and soften you. And you're welcome to leave your hands as they are, or maybe they just slowly, softly fall off to the sides. Just letting us rest here, basking in the warmth and the energy you've created through your practice today. And just be. Shavasana. And please become aware of your breath. And as you're ready, taking a long, beautiful, fresh inhale. Exhale to let it go. Letting yourself find gentle movement when you're ready. And using the breath and the movement to bring yourself over onto your right side. To rest, to just feel the beautiful, wonderful sensation and energy that you created today in your practice. And when you're ready, please come to join me in a nice, comfortable seat. And we'll just get nice and settled in this seat, and we'll bring our hands together in front of our heart so that we can share a final breath together to seal the practice. Inhale and exhale, let it go. Please bring fingertips to forehead so that we have this intention that we all will have peaceful thoughts, to the mouth for kind words, and to our heart for loving action. Thank you as always for sharing your beautiful presence in your practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone.